Everybody knows that a lot of cars leave a lot of horsepower on the table when it comes to engine development. So it's easy to get more power with some aftermarket tuning and some smart part selection. Now we decided to take on a new challenge. How do you get more power out of a supercar? We have our Porsche GT3 RS here, and if you know a little bit about these cars, they're probably one of the hottest naturally aspirated motors on the market. This car rocks 125 horsepower per liter, or 500 horsepower out of 4 liters bone stock. From the factory, this car comes with 13-to-1 compression, direct injection, pretty wild camshafts with variable cam timing, heads that flow like crazy, and a bunch of other stuff that make this a state-of-the-art engine. Now, can we get any more power out of it? 125 horsepower per liter is more power than even most two naturally aspirated motors. So, with the help of Dundon Motorsports, we're going to do header and exhaust system on this car and see what it does. We took the car over to World Motorsports to get a baseline dyno test, and we ended up with 474 horsepower and 378 foot-pounds of torque. To install our system, we had to remove the rear bumper. The stock GT3 RS muffler is made out of titanium. It has lightweight pressed-together construction. It's really trick, but it's really fragile. It's been known to break in as little as 1 session at the track, and we're going to do something about that. We're going to use the Dundon Motorsports muffler. It's made out of thin-wall 321 stainless, and it's TIG welded. It's a lot more strong, and it's a lot more substantial, and it's guaranteed not to break. Now, it weighs 10 pounds more than the stock GT3 RS muffler, but it weighs the same as a GT3 muffler. Next, we're going to get the Dundon headers in place. These are also thin wall 321 stainless. 321 has better high temperature properties, so it can hold up longer and not crack even though it's thinner. The Dundon header has long primaries and the merge collector. This has really good power production, good top-end power while producing good mid-range and good torque. Together, this whole system weighs 15 pounds less than stock, even though it makes more power. So let's go run the thing on the dyno and see how she does. So our testing of the Dundon Motorsports system was a pretty big success. We're able to get quite a bit more power out of the car. Now we're able to get 25 more horsepower at the maximum. Our horsepower gains at the peak horsepower was 16 more horsepower, and we had an average of 16 horsepower through the power band. Now, when you look at the average, that's a lot of area under the curve and pretty impressive. For torque, we're able to make 7 more foot-pounds at the peak. We had 28 foot-pounds maximum torque gains, and with an average torque gain of 16 foot-pounds. Now that's pretty impressive too when you look at area under the curve. Now we were pretty stoked they were able to get this from the car. As far as streetability and drivability, the car streetability is fine. The car doesn't really make any more noise than stock on the inside. This car has a 2-position switch for a sport mode and the quiet mode. On quiet mode, on the inside of the car, we really can't tell the difference from stock. Sport mode is a little bit louder. I guess on the outside, sport mode's quite a bit louder, but inside it isn't. So you got the best of both worlds, nice and quiet, but more power and sporty exhaust note when you're outside. Overall, we're pretty pleased with this system, and it's a worthy gain. Solid gains for such a highly tuned car from the factory. If you like what we've done so far, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see more of these videos and get updates. And go to MotoIQ.com and read some of the best tech on the internet.